war between the United States, Israel, and Iran has clocked exactly 2 months since it started. The war had clocked 60 days since it started, and the Secretary of War in the United States, Hegseth, appeared in front of Congress to defend the war on the 29th of April 2026, and he was on a hot seat. The guy was roasted. He was roasted by Congress. You can't believe what happened to Hegseth. It is not easy for him. Seriously, it is not easy for him and his boss, Donald Trump. In fact, just before Hegseth made his way into Congress, watch what some Americans did to him. Watch the embarrassment, okay? Watch it. You will discover that majority of Americans are against this war. In fact, they want Hegseth and Donald Trump to be jailed for ever starting this war against Iran. Watch this video. This is just when Hegseth was on his way to Congress. Watch.
War criminal!
He had said you were the Department of War Crimes. Why did you order the bombing of the girls' school in Iran? Why have you been the illegal attacks that have been killing fishermen in the Caribbean and Pacific? Why are you continuing this war? You deserve it. You deserve to be arrested. You will be arrested.
Have you no shame?
You deserve it.
You are a war criminal, and you will be tried. You should be disgusted with yourself. How many American service members have to die for Israel?
So you can see how the Americans, some of them are bitter, they are angry because they are suffering a lot. They are going through a lot as a result of this war. They are going through a lot. And they even want Hegseth and his boss to be jailed. They are referring to them as war criminals. I've said it, right? Don't be surprised that after Donald Trump finished serving as a US president, he will go to jail. He will be the first United States president to go to jail for the things that he has done because he doesn't take approval from Congress. Now, when Hegseth finally arrived in Congress, that was the worst moment of his life. Now they started asking him questions to defend why the United States started this war and how the war is going. One of the congressmen referred to the war as a quagmire, meaning the United States is stuck in the war. They don't know what to do, which is true. When he said that Hegseth almost unalive himself. Hegseth almost watch the video.
Secretary Hegseth, you have been lying to the American public about this war from day one. The president has got himself and America stuck in the quagmire of another war in the Middle East.
Congressman, you should know better. Shame on you. Calling this a quagmire 2 months in. The effort, what they've undertaken, what they've succeeded, the success on the battlefield that could create strategic opportunities, the courage of a president to confront a nuclear Iran, and you call it a quagmire, handing propaganda to our enemies? Shame on you for that statement. And statements like that are reckless to our troops. Don't say I support the troops on one hand, and then a 2-month mission is a quagmire. That's a false equivalent.
He just wants to unalive himself. And he's still insisting that the United States is doing an amazing job in Iran, that their military have done a great job in Iran. Can you imagine? He claimed the United States is not stuck in the Middle East. You see? Just like his boss, hyping the United States military. Then after that, they ask him if Donald Trump is mentally balanced, because the kind of decisions and the things he's posting online, most Americans believe that Donald Trump is not okay mentally, and they don't want him to continue leading the United States military. Look at the kind of things Donald Trump is posting online. Look at the decisions he's making. Does Donald Trump look like he's okay for you? So I'm not the only one. Even most Americans believe that Donald Trump is not okay. Listen to what, in fact, they asked Hegseth if Donald Trump is mentally balanced. He went and started talking about Biden, this and that. Did Biden start any illegal war? If I watch the video,
My office's phones have been ringing off the hook. I've heard from so many military families concerned about the president's mental fitness and whether he's fit to serve as our commander-in-chief, given that he's sending their loved ones into harm's way. Our troops, who have shown incredible bravery and tactical proficiency, deserve to know that their leaders are focused and stable. So, Mr. Secretary, you are with the president a lot, and it pains me to even have to ask this about our president, but my constituents' lives are at stake. Do you believe that the president is mentally stable enough to be the commander-in-chief?
Did you ask the same question of Joe Biden for 4 years?
so he keeps on comparing Donald Trump and Biden. Biden did not start any illegal war. He avoided this war with Iran. Barack Obama avoided this war. Previous United States president avoided this war. Biden was not doing what Donald Trump is doing, posting things online that doesn't make sense, making decisions that keep putting the United States in a mess. Biden was not doing this. You keep comparing Donald Trump with Biden. Why didn't you ask this question to Biden? This and that. So you can see. You can see for yourself. Now, they ask him if the United States is winning. He claimed that the United States is winning because they have destroyed all Iran's nuclear program and facilities. In fact, watch the video.
It is worth noting that every president prior to this one, including President Trump in his first term, also prevented Iran from getting a nuclear weapon without actually having to go to war in Iran. So we need to keep that in mind. But also, since the war started, Iran's nuclear arsenal has not been weakened in any way. And at the moment, in negotiations, what Iran is saying, basically pay us to open up the strait. That's their position, which is completely untenable. I agree. It's worth noting, of course, that the strait was open before the war started. Now we're negotiating to get back to status quo. And Iran's most recent offer is to say, we'll talk about nukes later. So what is the plan to actually turn all of this lethal kinetic action into an improvement in the nuclear situation? Because we haven't gotten there yet. Play it out for us. How does that happen? How does it actually lead to that result?
Well, I would take issue with the premise of the question that nothing was done. Operation Midnight Hammer was a very effective.
Well, I didn't say nothing was done. I said in this war.
Ultimately,
this war started.
well, this is under this administration, unlike other administrations, which cut bad deals and pallets of cash with no ability to oversee whether Iran is actually pursuing a nuclear program.
Which is where
we
we're
want
at.
to litigate JCPOA or the Iran deal. Our view, the president's view, is that was a very bad deal.
Okay.
That gave them a
That's
bunch
the
of money
past.
up front.
What's the future?
To fund, you talked about negotiated deals. Allowed them to fund their proxies and spread Hamas and Hezbollah all around the region, build up nuclear capabilities.
Great. What are we going to do now?
President Trump has been clear-eyed, from the killing of Qasem Soleimani to the pulling out of the Iran deal to Midnight Hammer and now to this effort to recognize that you have to stare down this kind of enemy who's hell-bent on getting a nuclear weapon and get them to a point where they're at the table giving it up in a way that
So they
never have it.
So they haven't broken yet. Okay, we haven't gotten there yet for all of the.
Well, their nuclear facilities have been obliterated. Underground, they're buried, and we're watching them 24/7. So we know where any nuclear material
reclaiming
might be.
my time for
we're
a
watching
quick second here. We had to start this war, you just said, 60 days ago, because the nuclear weapon was an imminent threat. Now you're saying that it was completely obliterated?
They had not given up their nuclear ambitions.
So just like his boss, Donald Trump, he claimed the United States is winning, but Iran still have their nuclear program and facilities. You keep claiming you've destroyed them. We have obliterated them, but they still have their nuclear program and facilities. And right now you are begging for a deal with them, a no-nuclear deal. So which nuclear facilities have you destroyed? He cannot even answer the question. He cannot. He keeps on contradicting himself. You see? So they roasted this guy. They roasted Hegseth. The United States had no reason of going into this war. And look at what is happening to them. Billions already spent. Nothing has been achieved. Nothing. Iran still have their rich uranium with them. Their nuclear facilities are still there. Upon the billions that have been spent, nothing has been achieved. And yesterday, the 30th of April, made exactly 2 months when they started this war. And according to the United States Constitution, you can only fight a war for 2 months without Congress approval. After 2 months, you are not allowed to continue the war again, except Congress approve the war to continue. So we are crossing our fingers now, looking at what Donald Trump is going to do. So what do you think Donald Trump is going to do? Because after 2 months, after spending billions, losing so many of their infrastructures, so many troops in the Middle East, they are stuck, and yet nothing has been achieved. So what do you think Donald Trump is going to do from here? Let me hear from you in the comment section. And remember to like and share this video, and look forward for my next update. God bless you.